I'm your host, Logan23. You're joining me for Desire and Decorum, Book 1, Chapter 1. The Journey Ahead. The year is 1816 in your small country village of Grovershire, England. You're sprinting up a hill, the tall blades of grass hitting your knees, your arms fly out the side, catching the wind faster you run. Ah, it's so nice just to escape for a moment. Bella, there you are. You turn around and see your best friend, Briar Dowley, at the bottom of the hill. You smile and run down to greet her. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to find you here. You've always been a bit wild. I prefer so free-spirited, but can you earnestly blame me, Briar? Look at these flowers. The two of you laugh as you set down the path towards town. As you turn down the road, a horse suddenly gallops across your path. The rider looks back at you. Love interest 1? Question mark? Can you believe the nerve of him? We are walking here. You're about to encounter your first choice. How to respond is up to you. The rider was at least pleasant looking. A glimpse of him may be the best part of my day. He had eyes for you, I could tell. Briar, he simply looked at us as he rushed by, that's all. Ah, but it was a lingering look. If only it had stopped. You shake your head and laugh as the two of you continue walking. You hear Briar's mother call out from far down the road. Bella, you'd best hurry home. It's your mother. No, not Mama. Take off sprinting down the road, kicking up dirt as Briar hurries up behind you. An old shanty. You soon return to your cottage. Hesitating outside the door, Briar takes your hand. I knew Mama's illness was worsening, but this could be the end. What am I to do? Have faith, Bella. You're strong enough for this. I hope you're right. You enter your mother's room and fall to her bedside. Her brow is covered in sweat. Her voice is barely above a whisper. Bella, my sweet, I must speak to you before it's too late about your father. My father? But he died before I was born. No, he didn't. I have not been honest with you. He's alive. In truth, your father is the Earl of Edgewater, the head of a large, powerful estate, just a day's journey from here. What? Why would you hide this from me? We were in love, but his father forbade our marriage. The family cast me aside before I discovered I was with child. I did not want you to endure the heartache as I had, and only been known as the bastard child of Earl, so I hid the truth. Your mother grips your hand tight as she coughs violently. You grab her arm, waiting for it to pass. I made the best decision I could for you, dear. Please, forgive me. Mama, there's nothing to forgive. I understand your reasons. You wanted me to have the best life possible. I wouldn't change a thing about our lives here. I only wish we had more time. You kiss your mother's hands, warming them in your own. Your mother tucks a lock of your hair behind your ear. I know, Bella, but you ease a poor woman's heart. Your mother takes a deep breath, struggling to find her next words. I wanted to tell you now because I've written your father. He's sending someone to Edgewater Estate in a week's time. He will watch over you after I go. But why would he care now, after all this time? He never knew about you before, but I know give you everything I could not. Will you go? For me? Yes, Mama, if that is your wish.
Your mother smiles weakly at you, cupping her cheek in her hand. Her breathing slows as you notice her fading.
Be strong, my darling girl. Never forget who you are.
As she takes her next labored breath, your mother begins gasping for air.
It's okay, Mama. I'm here. You can sleep now.
You kiss your mother's cold hands as she closes her eyes for one final time. 1 week later. You and Briar stand outside your cottage as a large carriage arrives. You hug Briar tightly.
It's time, but how am I to survive at Edgewater without you? What if there was another way? I've spoken to my mum, and since there's always work to be had in great estates like Edgewater, I could be your lady's maid. Briar, only if you're sure. Absolutely. You know I've been looking for work lately. This would be a step from Grovershire, not to mention we'd still be together. Besides, someone needs to watch your back. I can't think of anyone better to accompany me. Good, because I already said my goodbyes to my family, so I'm ready to follow you wherever. I suppose this is fair, seeing as your mum is looking after my house.
You look back at the cottage, and Briar squeezes your hand reassuringly.
Wherever Mama is, I'm certain she's smiling to see us still together. I doubt she would have wanted it any other way.
The carriage comes to a stop in front of your house or cottage, and a footman hops off the back. He bows courteously to you both. Mr. Woods, you say? Miss Hartford, I presume. I'm Mr. Arthur Woods, under butler and head footman at the Edgewater Estate.
Pleasure to meet you. Allow me to introduce my dear friend, and now lady's maid, Miss Briar Dally.
Briar offers her hand to Mr. Woods, grinning widely. He kisses it, locking eyes with her. It's enchanting to meet you, miss.
I can only hope all the men at Edgewater are as charming and fine as you, Mr. Woods.
Well, I can say for certain you're now the most alluring lady's maid. Mr. Woods blushes and finally pulls his gaze away from Briar. If it pleases you, the Dowager Countess of Edgewater has made arrangements at the dressmaker shop along the way. When you're ready, we'll be off. You and Briar slide into the carriage as the horses pull away from your house. And arrive at a lavish shop. Not long after, you and Briar enter, noting the exquisite gowns, dresses, and hats surrounding you. And your first diamond choice. Yes, it's fantastic looking.
I can hardly believe my eyes. I've never seen such marvelous clothes in my life. And I still cannot believe you're an earl's daughter. You need an outfit befitting of such wealth and powerful family. You do realize I'm still the same person I was a week ago, yes? That doesn't mean you can't wear something worthy of the title.
Briar flits around the shop, returning soon with several dresses.
Are those for me? Well, they're not for me. Go ahead and try them on.
It's your time to choose your first outfit. Various looks and throughout the desire and decorum will allow you to unlock exclusive scenes, improve your social standing, and improve or impress love interests. Sheer elegance, not bad. Beaded beauty. Okay, so we got Maid's Fair and Empire Evening. Looks like a nightgown. It's very bland. I'll go with this one. A Disney princess. Excellent dress. Perhaps a hat to finish off your... That's not a hat. That's a hat. That would match. Welcome to Little House on the Prairie. I'm gonna go with hatless. Brilliant choice. Shall we admire your finished look? That's fantastic. You've unlocked the... Shut up.
I'm ready for my arrival at Edgewater. Let's away. There's not a moment to waste.
I'm gonna get tired of this let's away shit. Soon you're back on the road watching the countryside blur past your window. A few hours later, Mr. Woods calls out from the front. Miss Hotfield, Miss Daly, we're pulling into the drive now. The carriage comes to a stop and Mr. Woods opens the door. You step out, taking in the estate.
Your father owns all this? My word. This estate is absolutely breathtaking. I've never seen a place more gorgeous than this.
The groom rushes forward and takes care of the horses. He smiles warmly at you and Briar. Welcome to Edgewater, miss. We've been looking forward to your arrival.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to be here as well.
I hope it's not out of place, but I wish you the best stay. Oh, and I hope I'll see more of you. Bows curtly and escorts the horses back to the stables, while Briar mutters to you.
Whoever he is, I do believe he's taken a fancy to you already. Are all men as fine as him here? Briar? I concur. He was quite agreeable. Falling for the stable, Anne. My Bella, what a scandal you'll cause. I highly doubt it. Besides, I'm sure I'd get lost just trying to find the stables.
You spin around once more, looking at the grand estate in front of you.
I still can't believe we're here.
Oh. You look like a grumpy woman. Let me think here.
If I were you, I wouldn't become accustomed to it.
You spin around and notice a noblewoman glaring at you.
I beg your pardon.
Regardless of my dear husband's intentions, you're his bastard nonetheless.
That is quite enough, Countess Henrietta. Bella, this is a guest of the house, and I don't believe the Earl would appreciate her being treated any less.
Treated less? I'm simply reminding Bella to know her place as the natural daughter she is.
Do you think all estates come with the wicked stepmothers like her? Or were we fortunate enough to find the only ones that did?
You stifle a laugh as Countess Henrietta sneers at you and Briar, then turns on her heels and towards the house.
So sorry, Countess Henrietta insisted upon greeting you, but then I suppose it's her right as lady of the house. I'm glad I'm not a lady's maid. I should think I'd go completely mad. You must be Bella's lady maid. Why don't you settle here, luggage into a room? I should like to speak with Bella in private.
Briar curtsies to you both and disappears into the house with your bags. The older noblewoman turns her gaze towards you, eyeing you carefully.
Yes, I do see my son in you. Your son. So, you're Dominique Dowager, Countess of Edgewater, and your grandmother.
Honestly, I didn't take you for the grandmother. You're quite exquisitely beautiful for your age.
Turn for me, Bella. I need to see what we're starting with.
Your grandmother twirls her fingers, waiting for you to comply. You're coming up on a choice. I don't give a shit, shut up.
You want me to turn? All right, since you insist.
You slowly turn in place, looking pensively as the Dowager Countess.
Like this? Precisely. It's good to see you can take directions well.
Your grandmother nods to herself and continues to observe you fully.
Good figure, strong facial features, dimmer personality. Perhaps you'll make a lady of you yet. Thank you, I think. You're quite welcome. As soon as your mother wrote my son, he insisted on bringing you here. It won't be easy going from a village girl to an earl's daughter. But if you have any of my son in you,
I could take that so many ways.
you'll be accomplished lady, and a great jewel of Edgewater in no time. I'm honored that you think of me in that way, Lady Grandmother. I will try not to let you down.
Does she not have a name other than Lady Grandmother? As the two of you head towards the front door, it suddenly flies open. A familiar, brooding nobleman walks out briskly, coming to full stop in front of you. I don't know. I mean, could this be your father? I don't know.
Oh, I remember you.
And yet, I cannot say the same of you.
Oh, has nearly running a young woman over become so commonplace? I should take our previous encounter would have left quite the impression.
Ah, you are certainly quick to judge.
Sir, you make it so easy with your warm personality. It's apparent you're the picture of a perfect gentleman.
Your grandmother looks between you and the nobleman. Her eyes light up with amusement.
At long last, I've been anticipating this meeting for a while now. Bella, allow me to introduce Mr. Ernest Sinclair, master of the nearby Ledford Park. And Mr. Sinclair, may I present Miss Bella Hartford, my granddaughter.
Yes, you must be the Earl of Edgewater's natural daughter. You mentioned you should be arriving.
At long last, I can put my name to a face that nearly trampled me in Gloucestershire.
Mr. Sinclair looks puzzled, thinking back. After a moment, his eyes light up in recognition. Oh, I do remember you, from when I rode through the village.
That certainly took you long enough to recall. I see how memorable you found the occasion. The two of you are acquainted. Only in passing, but the encounter remains etched in my mind. How could I forget such a hasty and ill-mannered meeting?
Did you ever pause and take into consideration that I had pressing matters to attend to, Miss...
So pressing that you could not afford one moment to apologize? My dear, don't tease Mr. Sinclair so. He is one of the most eligible bachelors around.
Your grandmother drops her voice so only you can hear.
And one of the wealthiest landowners around as well.
You turn back towards Mr. Sinclair, staring at the two of you with one brow raised.
No wife, sir. I must admit I'm surprised that a man of your fortune is unwed. But...
I'm not being thirsty, but I understand it's 1800s, so... Perhaps your fortune will change shortly.
I cannot imagine someone such as yourself remaining unmarried for long.
Such as myself?
You have wealth, position, good looks. For any young lady would be fortunate to be your wife, but only if she could get past your rough exterior. For I should imagine your faults would create quite the test for anyone labeled as your wife.
Hi. Mr. Sinclair's gaze remains fixed on you. You stare back, challenging him, while your grandmother smiles mischievously next to you.
My dear girl, I just realized you haven't seen the gardens yet. In fact, Mr. Sinclair's grandmother helped me design them years ago. Truly, they look magnificent from here even. I can only imagine what they look like closer.
I'm sure the Dowager Countess can tell you more, but there's an array of flowers and statues next to Edgewater Lake. My grandmother always said that the best time to stroll through them was on a crisp spring day, much like today, in fact.
Why? Mm, why don't you show Miss Hartford the gardens yourself, Mr. Sinclair? With your strong connection to the garden, you would be perfect guide.
Me? But it's not my property.
Oh, is that all? I thought you were afraid to know me further, sir.
Nonsense. You and I, what I mean is, it would be my honor, miss. Would you accompany me in turn, about the gardens? Throughout decorum and desire, blah 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 blah, shut the hell up, it's a diamond choice, we know. Retire to the house. You missed your chance, Slick.
It's a generous offer, but I must decline.
Oh.
For whatever for, Bella? I'm feeling a bit weary after the long journey,
And almost a hit and run.
that's all. And I would like to meet my father as soon as possible.
Very well. Good day to you, Dowager Countess Edgewater and Miss Hartford. Mr. Sinclair bows to you, and your grandmother then turns on his heels down the drive. You catch him glancing back over his shoulder at you. He shakes his head and continues his walk. Your grandmother taps your shoulder, ushering you inside the house.
Come along, my dear. Let us not waste the day.
Mr. Woods opens the front door for you and the Dowager Countess. As you enter into the mansion, your eyes sweep across the foyer's interior. Nice, very rustic. To your left, the open door leads to a large sitting room. Through the doors ahead, you can barely make out various parlors, dining rooms. Just then, a young woman turns the corner from the drawing room and bumps into you.
Oh!
You reach down to pick up the noble woman's dropped fan.
I believe this belongs to you. I beg 1,000 pardons, miss. I should really be more careful where I go. You're quite all right. No harm done.
Her hand lingers against yours for a moment as she takes the fan from you, then shakes herself from out of her daze. Love interest number 2.
Oh, heavens! It's so late. I'm afraid I can't stay and chat. My parents are awaiting my return. I understand. We'll see you tomorrow, then. Of course. Good day, Dowager Countess. Miss.
Miss Woods opens the door for the noble woman. She takes one last peek at you and smiles warmly before she leaves.
Yes. Where were we?
I don't know, grandmother. Tell me, where were we? Your grandmother motions to the staircase immediately up ahead. It leads up to a balcony overlooking the foyer you're standing in.
Your father's study is just up these stairs and on your left. He's waiting for you. You want me to go in there alone? You, my dear, are the daughter of an earl. You can take care of yourself. Don't ever forget that. Besides, I'm an old woman, and it's tea time. Woods, please ring Mr. Finley and inform her.
Yes, my lady. Your grandmother heads into the adjoining sitting room, Mr. Woods trailing after. You glance at the grand staircase in front of you.
Up there and to the left.
You climb the stairs and head down the hallway, stopping outside the door. You take a deep breath and knock 3 times. Come in.
That must be my father. I do hope he approves of me.
You open the door and step in the Earl's study. Come on, really? Well, you're short and sweet, I guess. Next time on Desire and Decorum, the Earl of Edgewater awaits. Will he embrace you as a daughter, or will your low birth come between you? I don't know. Which one will it be? That being said, I hope y'all did enjoy. So remember, there is a second chapter that is coming out today, just in case you're missing that. Hi. Wait. Ad? Ad for a diamond? Ad? No. Don't go. Don't leave me below. that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy. Wow. No ad, I'm sad now. You've gypped us, choices, you've gypped us. I'll see you in court for that diamond. By the way, we're live streaming on Twitch. So, hi everyone! Feel free to join us, especially for Chapter 2, and then I also will be doing live streams on every Monday, now that Desire and Decorum is up, and every Wednesday and Friday as well. So make sure to tune in for that. I also do chapters on there. I don't know if it'll be a permanent thing, but it has been fun. It's nice to tune in with you folks as you, join in, leave some commentary, chat between chapters, things like that. It's a lot of fun. Plus, you miss my singing, okay? Yes, I sing too. In the arms of... I'm gonna catch you all later. Until chapter 2. Peace.